I've been gaming a long time. My earliest memories are of me playing Super Mario Bros. On my dad's Nintendo, like Super Mario Bros. 3 specifically. Hell, I even have like, check this out. I'll pop my watch off for a sec. I got a Muncher tattoo, which is it's a piranha plant species that was introduced in Super Mario Bros. 3. And I even got this bullet bill tattoo, man. I love Mario. I love platformers. They're simple and fun and still manage a certain level of complexity and being very fucking hard. One of my recent favorites was this little indie game called A Hat in Time. And I never shut up about this game. It is, in my opinion, up to this point, the best 3D platformer since Super Mario Sunshine, which up to that point was my personal favorite. But The Hat in Time was so charming, and it was so wholesome, and it was one of the best platformers I'd played in a very long time. It felt so fun and so fresh. I was just so thrilled to be experiencing that game. Hell, if you follow me on Twitch, one of my emotes is the fucking Hat Kid. You know, I don't play Hat Kid on the stream, but like that's how ingrained Hat Kid is to like my identity as a gamer. So in 2023, I bought my PS5 with the help of my community, and if you don't know, the PS5 comes with a little tech demo called Astro's Playworld, and I played it because it looked cute. And, it reminded me a little bit of Little Big Planet, and in this little demo, I was completely floored. It was so earnest and so wholesome. It was a beautiful little love letter to Sony and its technological history. I mean, the final boss was the original T-Rex tech demo when they first revealed their PlayStation hardware. It's awesome. You can't, like, that kind of stuff is just awesome. And then on May 30th, 2024, Astro Bot was announced, and leading up to its release, Team Asobi updated Astro's Playworld a few times to add some special bots that they could be brought over to the new adventure. It was pretty rad. So the day Astro Bot came out, I was waiting on my copy to be delivered. I pre-ordered direct from Sony. I wanted a physical copy. You can see it right here. I love the game. I was so hyped for it. I had to have a physical. So while I was waiting, I was seeing a lot of creators talking about it. But there was one particular creator that really stuck out to me as I was waiting. Jacob Geller, who is a phenomenal video essayist, and he said this of Astro Bot in a tweet: "If I had a criticism, it would be that the game feels almost like eating frosting with a spoon. It's so joyous all the time it can get overwhelming. I do sometimes miss the quieter parts of Mario Galaxy or something, but also I love frosting." And this tweet, it really stuck with me. And I've been known to stand in my pantry, spoon in hand, just gleefully scooping icing right into my mouth. And I know the exact feeling he's talking about. And that made me so excited, because I'd like that feeling without having to eat the icing, because I'm a fat dude. And so the game came in, and I put it in my PS5, and I immediately began the copy process, because it's all games need to be installed, whether on a disc or not. There's a good reason for it, but I'm still going to complain about it. It's still not the most fun experience. So while we wait for this game to install, I'm trying to see something. All right. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, go ahead and tell me what your game of the year is down in the comments. Anyway, Astro Bot is honestly one of the more simple 3D platformers in my opinion. Not that simple's bad. Simple's good. The movement is also very snappy and responsive, which is very much needed, and I'm so glad they zeroed in on that their first try. One of my personal favorite movement features that I haven't seen anyone talk about is the running. Have you noticed that if you don't stop moving, Astro gets faster? I did. I noticed it a lot, and I loved it. And it definitely influenced the way I play. I think there's about 3 speeds. There's your normal walking speed, your running speed, and you got your full-on sprint. Which, if you do the challenge stages, you want to enter that sprint and you want to stay in it because, zoom! Jumping is also really neat. And when you perform a double jump, two lasers shoot off of Astro, much like the Flood backpack in Super Mario Sunshine. And in my opinion, this is vastly superior to Flood. The lasers act like lasers. Go figure, huh? They go down until they hit something. And if they hit an enemy, that enemy's gone. It's toast. Which is very useful when you're flying through levels trying to finish them as fast as possible. Now, there's a bunch of different backpacks, but they're all on a per level basis. You never have to worry about picking the wrong power up, as the right one is always given to you. Mastery of them is also on a per level basis, which I thought was a really nice touch. So the backpacks do different shit. Obviously, they do different shit. The chicken backpack is like a vertical booster, and the penguin is a horizontal booster for water usage, and it is very much Flood inspired. But it's a shame that they only use it the one time. The bulldog is also a horizontal booster, which is for the land, and it makes a bunch of dog sounds, which is very cute. There's a squid backpack that fills up with air, allowing for Astro to float for a short period. The monkey backpack, which allows you to scale walls and do acrobatics on the monkey bars. Go figure. This is a holdover from Playworld. I don't know if it's from the VR games. I have not played the VR games, but in Playworld, there was like the monkey suit that Astro gets in, and it's kind of like that. It's not kind. It's exactly like that, but it's a backpack instead of like a whole thing. There's this really cool like slow-mo stopwatch that does exactly that. It stops. It slows down the world while letting you move at a normal speed. And the levels that use it are generally like really cool and a lot of fun. My personal favorite though was the frog punch gloves. Man, I loved those so much. It was so much fun just running around just punching everything. It really brought out the Chaos Goblin in me for a moment. So the levels are mostly quite varying, some obviously more interesting than others, usually determined by what power-up you're about to have to use for that whole level. But the designs for the levels are genuinely great, no matter what power-up. And I want to just go back a sentence, like when I said some are more interesting than others. And I'm not saying that some are more interesting than others because some are not interesting. I'm just saying some are more interesting than the other interesting ones. Like, they're all interesting, but some are just like more so. You get it. You know what I'm saying. Well, and then the level with the ghosts throwing knives, that was a real standout for me. I thought visually it really took advantage of the stopwatch power up, and you can see some of that right here. And then there was also this pyramid level called Hieroglitch Pyramid, which was at least my introduction to the little metal ball power up. And I found that this level really like put the power up through its paces and took advantage of nearly everything this little thing was capable of. It was a lot of fun playing this level. So in platformers, I like to fucking move. I love entering flow states with a steady, constant flow of motion, and most of these levels allow that. Especially the challenge levels. You've probably seen the footage of the face button challenge levels. Rightfully so. They're awesome. They are the pinnacle of what the game has to offer in terms of platforming, and they are very reminiscent of those levels in Sunshine where, you know, Shadow Mario takes away FLUDD and you got to do the level. You know, it's awesome. And as you progress, the challenge stages get increasingly harder, culminating in the Great Master Challenge, which is a sublime test of skill for the player. It was awesome. It's hard as shit, and it can be kind of frustrating, but it's so much fun. I enjoyed the master level, even though it kicked my ass thoroughly. So the story itself is magical. I've been playing the PlayStation since I was a child. You know, one of my earliest memories are sneaking downstairs in the middle of the night to play Doom 1994 on my dad's PS1. Now, granted, I skipped through the PS3 phase and went right on to 360, but I swapped back over for PS4, and I have more than made up for my missing the PS3. I got two PS3s now, and I got, you know, they're hacked, so I play whatever the fuck I want at any time. But I played a lot of the PS3 games, and they're a lot of fun. And I want to make something clear, like right here, right now. I love Sony. I do. I genuinely enjoy their products. I got a PlayStation Vita that I lug around with me fucking everywhere. I'm a big fan of the PS4. I'm a big fan of the PS5. I love Sony hardware. Sony hardware is just, it's cool. It's cool hardware. But I'm no Sony pony, all right? I like games. I own nearly all of the consoles, and they are all fun to play. But the PlayStation, for me, it has a different kind of magic. I like my Xbox, and I'm sitting here right in front of my PC. Like, I love my PC. I play most of my games on my PC, but I still love my PlayStation. All right. Enough about me. Back to the game. I just wanted to put that because I love. Look, I got Sackboy. You know, look at this guy. Look at him. He's cute. You got the little zipper. Anyway, so the game, it opens up with Astro and all his friends in their little PS5 spaceship, and they're just happily cruising through the universe. And then they're attacked by this ugly green alien guy who rips open their PS5 and steals the CPU. In the attack, all the other components are damaged and fly off, which in turn sends every other bot flying all over the corner of the universe. Our lovely friend Astro is tasked with saving all the bots and replacing their mothership. So, in Astro's journey to repair his ship and save his friends, he's also inadvertently restoring the ecosystems of the planets he's visiting. Whether by cleaning pollution or removing destructive invasive species, or just helping restore and revive native species. The game has a pretty clear message that we should be leaving things better than the way they were before. Even the planet that Astro sets up on, it was a barren wasteland before he arrived, and by the time the bots leave, it's a lush and green paradise. And I think it's a really lovely message. And I don't think that enough people have realized that about Astro Bot yet. Super woke. Love it for that. So, after we fix the PS5's primary systems, cooling, GPU, SSD, and memory, we collect the PS5 shell. And after that, Astro and gang are taunted by the alien dude, and they jump in the PS5 and pursue the big green dude. And it's a real epic moment, like Avengers in-game levels of epic. It's just awesome. I mean, look at this shit. This section of the game is very much like Star Fox 64, and I genuinely love that Sony gave us a decent Star Fox game before fucking Nintendo. What's up with that? Anyway, after you defeat the green dude, he tries to pull Astro into a portal with him, and all the bots come together and try to pull Astro to safety, but Astro lets go and waves goodbye. suddenly Astro appears and is careening towards the PS5. He's all busted up, and so all the bots find parts to repair him and bring him back to life, and then boom, he's back to life. And it's just the sweetest little moment, man. And then boom, you get to play the credits, and it's awesome. It's just a simple little level where you beat up the names of all the people who have worked on the game using the various power-ups obtained throughout the game. I mean, not like obviously it's not all the names. A lot of people worked on this game, but you know, a lot of the major players, I think it's like just Team Asobi folk. I don't know the exact details. You beat up a bunch of names. So when I was playing this, I was cheesed up and smiling almost the entire time. Like, listening to Astro call out to his buddies and seeing his excitement when he finds a friend, and then the way the friends react when they see Astro. Every moment of this game is pure bliss. And when you start Astro's levels, he'll say cute stuff like "go go go," and then when he dies, he'll let out a little "oh no," and it is so precious. And if he idles in a level that has bots, he'll call out to them, and you can hear how much he wants to find his friends. And it is so precious. It's disgustingly precious. It is. I didn't believe in cuteness aggression until I played this game. Okay. So back to Jacob Geller's tweet. When Jacob said, "It feels like eating icing from a spoon," I felt it. I felt it so deeply. The game is pure bliss and joy. And I'm not going to go as far as saying that this is what games were meant to be. But this is what we should be trying to achieve more. Not every game has to be a hyper-realistic, hyper-masculine shooter. Not every game needs the highest fidelity gore. I don't need all my female characters looking like they're straight off of Rule 34 form. Sometimes we just need to smile and have fun. I've been gaming for well over 30 years, and most of these years were spent playing platformers. So Astro Bot for me wasn't just a huge nostalgia trip for me, but it was a real return to basics. It was a fun game. So much fun, like so much fun. I beat this game twice, like the weekend it came out. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. By Sunday, I had beaten it twice. 100%, got the platinum trophy. I did everything that needed to be done. My bones felt the need to do that. And so I did it. Twice I beat the game. Platinum trophy like a motherfucker. So, should you buy this game? Absolutely. This is exactly what a PS5 exclusive needs to be. If you have a PS5, this will make you fall in love with the seldom used technology in the DualSense controller. It is a masterclass in regards to what a console exclusive should be. And I need you to understand, like, this isn't gonna be like other PlayStation 5 exclusives. This one likely is not coming to PC. It is a celebration of the PS5 and the technology that's inside of it. And it utilizes the system like no other game can or will. This game is also unplayable without the DualSense controller. And if you've never used a DualSense controller, my guy, or my lady, my liege, it is awesome. The controller is what made me fall in love with the PS5. I've been using an Xbox Series controller or an Xbox One, whatever controller, for the longest time. I've had one longer than I've had both my Xbox and PS5 combined. I've just been using that controller. It's tried and true, but once you play a game that utilizes the controller for the PS5 DualSense, it is just, it's untouchable. Anyone who says otherwise is a fucking liar. So I love this game, and I truly hope that everyone gets the opportunity to play this, even if you have to go to a friend's house to experience whatever it takes to play the game. Like, hell, if you buy a PS5, play this game. I don't care. Buy the PS5 and return it. Like, what GameStop has, like, what, 30 days, 7 days. It took me like 11 hours, probably less, since I was streaming to beat this game. Just buy a PS5 used from GameStop along with a used copy of Astro Bot and just return them. Who gives a shit? Fuck GameStop. You know what I'm saying? Just play the game. Do what it takes. This game for me is game of the year. Easily. I think everyone should play this game. This game's like Bloodborne. Everyone should play this game at least once. Period. End of story. Anyway, that's it. That's the video. Slosh out.